Guys, I'm back again with a brand new video for you all, and today we'll be talking about the best teams that we can use for the Scroll Cup, which is starting from tomorrow. To do good in this meta, all we need to do is make teams from limited picks, that is Pokemon like Morpeko, Toxapex, Azumarill, Annihilapes, Chestnuts, Mandibuzz, Gastrodon, and there are a few others. So before we talk about the best teams that we can use for the Scroll Cup, first we'll be talking about the rankings. So without any further ado, let's start the video. So talking about the rankings, there you go. Number one Pokemon is Toxapex. They're number one. And yeah, Toxapex obviously loses against things like Gastrodons and Ghosts, Jellicents, because it's poison, and also water loses to Morpeko. And yeah, loses to other ghosts like Sableye and Annihilapes. But yeah, Annihilapes, to win Annihilapes, Toxapex needs to throw those brines, right? A lot of those brines. And Toxapex loses to Gastrodon here, right? And Gastrodon loses to a Mandibuzz, and Mandibuzz loses to Morpeko. And that's how it goes. This cup is, basically Toxapex, Sableye, Morpeko, Gastrodon, Mandibuzz, and Annihilape, and a little bit of Chestnut. And I believe Chestnut is only going to be the grass here, the only grass, but there might be other like Shiftry. There we go. Shiftry can be the meta breaker, guys. Shiftry can be the meta breakers, because it can beat Azumarill, Gastrodon, and Jellicent, and also Morpeko and Sableye. It is the dark typing as well. Obviously loses to Mandibuzz and Guzzlord. Now it is ranked 32 Shadow variant, but it's gonna do really good. And you know what? I've made a team with this for Scroll Cup. And there we go. Back to the rankings. Chestnut is 8, Annihilate Shadow is 7th. There we go. Mandibuzz is 5, Azumarill is 9. And yeah, there is going to be a lot of Azumarills and Toxapex. The most used for this cup, I guess usage is going to be Toxapex and Azumarill. So yeah, you can use chess, counters for those. And then Guzzlord is going to be good. Even though Guzzlord finds Chestnut, if you have shields, right? Chestnut's fast move is resisted, and it's going to take damage from that Dragon Tail and Dragon Claw. It's not going to be that bad for Guzzlord unless it gets hit with a superpower, right? And Galate Shadow variant is number 11 there. Look at that. Lantern. Things are back for Lantern, right? I've seen a lot of Lanterns in the Open Great League as well recently. Como-O is 14. Quagsire and Jellicent. Mudboys. Quagsire is going to do so good. It's got that Stone Edge. It's a Mudboy who can fight back against things like Mandibuzz. Here we go. The meta in this cup, right? So Quagsire is going to be amazing. I made a team with Quagsire as well. And there we go, Jellicent. The number one Pokemon for this cup is Poison, so Jellicent is going to come handy, right? And there we go, Malamar 17, Skuntank with Scash Spiritomb. That's basically the top 20, right? And that's how the ranking goes. And I believe Mantine is 24, but I believe it's not going to be worth it in this club. There are going to be a lot of more Pekos, since it doesn't have any move to hit to Toxapex, and also only the neutral move Aerial is against that Azumarill as well. There are going to be a lot of Azumarills. As you can do good against Mandibuzz, right? But it's not going to be that good. So yeah, Drapion is going to be good. Drapion is going to be good. There are going to be other darks as well, right? And it's got that poison coverage as a typing. And you can also run Sludge Bomb. Can do good against Fight Back. It'll help you a little bit to fight back against things like Mandibuzz, right? And there are going to be Shadow Claw users like Sableye, and there are going to be other ghosts like Jellicent, right? So Drapion can be good. And yeah, Galate is like Shadow variant is top there, but non-Shadow is 29. Medicham Psycho Cut. Use Psychic 2 in your Medicham if you want to run a Medicham Ice Punch instead of Ice Punch, right? It's gonna be fine. And there we go, Shiftry, Swampert. That's basically the rankings, right? So now let's move ahead to the best teams that we can use for this Scroll Cup. And team number one is going to be Gastrodon, Toxapex, and Guzzlord. Now this team is, I kept it at the beginning because it is, nothing that hard to understand about this team now. Gastrodon up front is going to be weak against those things like Mandibuzz, right? And well, you don't have a real answer against Mandibuzz, but Guzzlord can do good and Toxapex can do good. Mandibuzz is going to need a lot of those Dark Pulse if it's using foul play, then foul play, right? Against Toxapex, I'm talking. And yeah, Toxapex is gonna be weak against other grounds, so you can also use Mandibuzz instead of Gastro in this team, but it's just gonna be fine, right? And Guzzlord is gonna be weak against those Azumarill, right, and things and fighters. So if you find a fighter in the lead, you gotta stay with your Gastrodon, you got a Guzzlord as the back, and you got a poison for those fighters. Now, no real answer against Annihilate, but yeah, if you here and there's, and Gastrodon is not that bad against Annihilate. That's how we're gonna do play against Annihilate. And Chestnut, if you find Chestnut in the lead, then you can swap into your Gastrodon. You know, you can tank and you can shield, and that's how you're gonna play. Chestnut is gonna be a little tricky against this team. Or what you can do is run Toxapex in the lead and make it kind of ABB for against things like Chestnut and Shift 3, right? So that's how it's gonna be. And this is, I think, ABB against the Shift 3. Yeah, this is ABB against the Shift 3. And if you find more Pickle, you just stay in the lead with your Gastrodon. There's two good mons here against more Pickle and Sableye. Yeah, Sableye is also yeah, this team is good against Sableye as well, except Toxapex and Gastrodon is neutral there, and Guzzlord resists the Shadow Claw and Foul Plays, right? And you gotta keep an eye for that Dazzling Gleam from the Sableye if against your Gastrodon. I mean Guzzlord. So that's how this team is going to be. Let's move on to another team. It's going to be team number 2. Sableye, Quagsire, and Gastrodon. ABB double Mudboy team with Sableye in the lead. And yeah, Sableye, now Poison's got nowhere to go here, right? Sableye is Ghost, and you got double Mudboys at the back. So if you find, you gotta be very careful again with Chestnut. You gotta stay in the lead with your Sableye, right? You got double Mudboys at the back. Chestnut is gonna do good at your back. So you gotta bait out that Chestnut, and there are gonna be a lot of Chestnuts. It's kind of a risky, but you can run it. And yeah, good against more Pickles as well. Very good against Toxapex and Mandibuzz. For that Mandibuzz, you got Stone Age coverage in your Quagsire, right, and Dazzling Gleam in your Sableye, but Sableye is not gonna be that good against Mandibuzz, so Mandibuzz can be called as a core breaker. But if you find it in the lead there, Mandibuzz is still gonna lead a lot of those moves against your Sableye, right? And you can always get a shield from that. You can for those moves, you can do a few baits, right? And you can sack your lead and then come into your Quagsire, right? And Quagsire Gastrodon is not that squishy, and even Sableye not that squishy, right? It is XL after all, but not that good defensively, not that great defensively, but it's fine. That's how we're gonna play. But I'm still yet to check if against Mandibuzz. No, Dazzling Gleam makes a little bit of difference against the Mandibuzz in your Sableye, but I don't think there is a shield scenario that you can win against a Mandibuzz, so you gotta be a little bit careful there. Or you can modify a little bit in this team for only that Mandibuzz, right? Or else you're like kind of good to go, and no real answer against Azumarill, but yeah, Gastrodon is fine. And Quagsire can tank the player off pretty comfortably. Not pretty comfortably, it's hard hitting neutral move, and you can throw 2 Stone Edges, right? And that's how we're gonna play. And Dazzling Gleam is gonna do fine bit of damage against Azumarill. You can always shield. That's how you're gonna play. So let's move on to another one. It's gonna be wait. This team, alright, a little bit weak against Guzzlord as well. Yeah, I almost forgot to mention. Gastrodon is not that bad, and Quagsire is a little bit difficult against Guzzlord. But if it goes shieldless plays, then you can, just go for Stone Edges. And I've been in Quagsire side against Guzzlord. A lot of the times Guzzlord gets quite low. Yeah, that's how you're gonna play. You're gonna get shield with that. You're gonna get shield with that Dazzling Gleam as well. If it's in the lead, if it's in the back, you gotta do some teamworks, and it's gonna be pretty fine. So let's move on to another one. It's gonna be team number 3: Mandibuzz, Chestnut, and Morpeko. Now, Mandibuzz is weak against Azumarill. You got 2 good answers against Azumarill in the back. Not good, but good. Right? If you're Morpeko, you got to shield, right? If you're Chestnut, Ice Beam is still gonna be super hit, but it's fine. You got Grass and Electric at the back, right? And if it's Toxapex, you can stay in the lead. At the back, there's Morpeko. Chestnut is gonna be weak against Toxapex. Sableye. Yeah, you got if it's in the lead, you can stay. Yeah, this team has a lot of coverage handles. This is pretty balanced team. Now ABB against Annihilate. Annihilate can be handled, and it's not that Annihilate Chestnut straight loses to Annihilate. It's not like that, right? And Morpeko is definitely going to be weak against Annihilate, and Morpeko's got two coverages there, Flyer and Grass against the Mud Boys. So this is going to be a pretty balanced team. And let's move on to another team. It's going to be team number 4. Annihilate, Sableye, and Azumarill. Now, if you're realizing I'm just using the very meta mons, after all, this is the best team that we can use kind of video, right? And there we go, Annihilate. And it's double ghost team. Azumarill going to be weak against Toxapex. That's right, you need double ghost there, right? If it's just not, just stay in the lead with your Annihilate. If it's Sableye, you can save swap into your own Sableye. And if it's Galley, then you can shield one Leaf Blade through Rage Fist, get shield, and then come in with your Sableye or Azumarill as the safe swap. Leaf Blade skill gonna do a lot of damage against your Azumarill. But yeah, you gotta do a few here and there. Gastrodon, you can just stay or just safe swap. If it's a Morpeko, that's great. If it's another Annihilate in the lead, you can just save swap your Azumarill or your Sableye straight, right? Chestnut, just stay, and Drapions or Skuntanks, just stay, and that's how you're gonna play. This is kind of a good team. Let's move on to another team. It's gonna be team number 5, Chestnut, Lantern, and Drapion, the Ninja Turtle lead team. And Lantern is back in the game in this cup, though not in the top 10s, but definitely in the top 20s. And there we go, Chestnut, very weak against Mandibuzz, and you got Lantern at the back there. Like, safe swap into your Drapion. You can use Sludge Bomb for coverage against those Mandibuzz, but yeah, even if it's Sableye in the lead, then you can come into your Lantern as the safe swap. Yeah, Gastrodon, you're great. Yeah, just stay there, right? Yeah, if it's Guzzlord, just build up the superpowers. They might also swap and get shields, land a few baits there with the Frenzy Plant, and then for these superpowers. And yeah, that Guzzlord is very good against your backline, so you can stay and do damage for superpowers. That's how you're gonna play. And there are gonna be a lot of Xylos as well. Azumarill, you can just stay. That's gonna be great. Toxapex, you can swap into your Drapion as the safe swap, right? Morpeko, you can stay, and yeah, that's how it's gonna be. You can stay and tank one Psychic Fangs maybe, and then come into your thing there, and that's how it's gonna go. So let's move on to another team. It's gonna be team number 6, and Morpeko, Malamar, and Gastrodon. So this is, pretty balanced overall, but not real answer against Gastrodons, because your lead is weak to Gastrodon, but you can still manage it, right? And the thing here is, yeah, ABB against things like Mandibuzz. ABB against Mandibuzz, and yeah, so against Chestnut, you can, ABB against those things, you can't say, but you can throw Psychic Fangs and then stay. Not ABB against Chestnut. Gastrodon is going to be very weak, right? And then you have a Sidewave user there, Malamar. So that's how you're going to play with Chestnut. And Annihilates, you can come in with your safe swap as the Gastrodon. Come into your safe swap, Gastrodon as the, come into your Gastrodon as a safe. What is happening to my grammar? I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, that's how it's going to go. If it's Toxapex in the lead, you can just safe swap to your Gastrodon on there, Morpeko. But it's still going to be a fine team. Let's move on to another one. It's going to be team number 7, Shiftry of Mandibuzz and Annihilate. So this Shiftry guy is gonna be kind of surprising for a lot of the users in this cup. Dark and Grass gonna be going good against Mud Boys as well as Azumarill. Not good against Toxapex. Bad against Mandibuzz. And yes, Annihilate can tank a move from Mandibuzz, just a move, and yeah, kind of ABA against Mandibuzz, but you can do here and there's no, or you can just modify with the lead there. And yeah, so Toxapex in the lead, safe swap into your Mandibuzz. Sableye, you can just stay, right? Chestnut, you can just come with your safe swap with your Annihilate. And yeah, Gastrodons and Mudboys, it's just good. Gallade, you can just stay, try to shield a close combat, not the Leaf Blade, right? Or you can come with your Annihilate or the Mandibuzz, and that's how it goes. If it's more Morpeko, then just stay in your lead. Yeah, kind of AB. Yeah, you got Annihilate at the back. If they swap, don't rush to swap. Judge the game, right? That's how it's gonna go. Let's move on to another team. It's gonna be team number 8, Jellicent, Zweilous, and Guzzlord. Double Dragon, Double Dark, Jellicent, Ghost in the lead. Good against poisons, right? Azumarill in the lead, just stay. You got Double Dragons there. Just bait out your Azumarill with your Zweilous as the safe swap, or the Guzzlord. Annihilate, just stay with your Jellicent in the lead. A little bit tricky against things like Annihilate, and also a little bit against Gallade, but Gallade is not that tricky because the fast moves alone is going to do so much damage, and it's so glassy, especially people are going to use Shadow, right? And nothing to be scared of. Gastrodon, you can just everything is neutral here, right? And yeah, Morpeko, just swap. Yeah, that's how it's gonna go. Sableye, you just swap. That's how it's. Yeah, this is a very balanced team. I think I might run this team. So let's move on to another team. It's gonna be team number 9. Drapion, Gallade, Mandibuzz. Now Gallade obviously runs Shadow, and if you have Shadow Drapion, obviously run Shadow. Mandibuzz, the Bulk Master there. Run Dark Pulse, not the foul play. Yeah, I like Dark Pulse in Mandibuzz. And if it's Shadow Claw user, you can just stay in your lead with your Drapion. If it's even if it's Azumarill, you can just stay in the lead, and even if it's Azumarill, you can just stay. And if it's something like Chestnut, even if it's if it's Chestnut, you can just safe swap into your Gallade. And if it's things like Morpeko, you can just stay. Yeah, you can just stay with your Drapion, and yeah, so it's gonna be pretty much a very balanced team. And team number 10 is audience poll. You guys can comment, and the best team will be highlighted and will be given the tag of team number 10. That's how that's gonna be. So yeah, that is it, guys. I hope you like this content, and if you like the content, please leave like and comment, and subscribe the channel if you have not yet, and do join our Discord server. Thank you so much, guys. See you in my next video.